What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. We're going to go back down the travels of Seabolt classic style. We're just going to be talking today. Today I wanted to talk about kind of my thoughts after doing this for a month of making my own homemade at home non-digital flashcards. And in the last video I kind of talked about the process of what the colors mean and stuff. I can briefly touch on that, but I just want to talk about what I feel and how it makes me feel, and if I like it better than digital versus Anki and things like that. Now, if you're looking for a video that's going to have some sort of scientific evidence as to whether or not these are more effective than that of, say, Anki, this is not the video for you. This is just my thoughts. I know that there can be some scientific data and stuff out there to represent different things, but I'm also a firm believer of if it's something that you're interested in versus something you're not, you're going to have better results with the thing that you're interested in, even if it's not as good a method. That's always been what I've said. So anyway, these are just my thoughts on paper flashcards, making my own flashcards. And the reason that I started this is because getting into Hanzi, and I noticed that as I was reading Chinese, I could read some, but I was still having trouble with it. And then, of course, I couldn't produce the language that much as well. Like I can, and I can do some conversations, but I can't produce it as much as I want to. And so I decided that I was going to do flashcards. So I'm just going to pull out like some of the ones that I made today, and I will show you. So what I did is I decided I was going to do flashcards, and I was going to double flashcards. There's over 300 flashcards in this box. I've made 164 flashcards. I have it right here. I keep a tab every time I do it, and of course I'll also put on the back of the card the number. Like, yeah, this is number 153, 158. There's 164 right there. So anyway, and I don't count the duplicates. I just count the main ones. So what I do is just a brief recap on the color system in case you didn't see my last video. Any of the neon colors, I have the English on the front. And then I have the Hanzi and pronunciation on the back, as well as the meaning. So guochu, which means to go over, guochu, fourth tone, also meaning the past. And as you can see, it's not numbered because this is a duplicate card of something that I have already. So that's what the neon cards are. And then the plain white index cards are Hanzi on the front, and then I've got on the back the pronunciation, what it is, and I've got my little mnemonic there as to how I've got that going. So what I will say is this is something that is really, really refreshing that is not Anki. I know Anki has a love-hate relationship with a lot of people, and I fully understand that. I don't know. There is a learning curve, but honestly, it just felt like you're just putting stuff into an empty void. Now, if you love Anki, continue to use it. I highly recommend that because, again, whatever you're good at is what you're going to be good at and stick with. So do that. But the thing that I love about this the most is Anki is great. Seeing numbers is great. Having all the advanced statistics is incredible. But sometimes, man, this is a physical representation of the progress that I have made. I do my Lightner box. I have my Lightner schedule every day. This is the first thing that I do. I do my cards. Some of them are starting to pile up, which is what happens. They get thicker near the end because, so as you can see, this right here, this is all 6. This is all Lightner box number 6. This is all right here. This is all number 5. And then you go to the next one. I don't even have any in 4. I don't even know how that happens. And then this is 3. It's real weird following the schedule. It's kind of weird sometimes. But what'll probably happen is I'll do 3s and they'll move up, and 2s and they'll move up, and it'll all even out. It's just the way that I'm on the schedule right now. But this is a representation of stuff that I know, and especially cards back here at 6. These right here. I mean, these are all cards that I can pretty much recall with no issues at all being able to write correct pronunciation because they're all the way in the back. So I've done these to the times where it's right at the form of my memory. It's about to be in my long-term memory. That's what the whole point of the Lightner box is. And so it is, yeah, hua. Let's see if I can go through some of these. Hua. That's 次 4. That's 下, which is underneath. 一下, which is like just a little bit. 电, which is electricity. 谢谢, which is thank you. This is going to be ma, which is, or ma, fifth tone, which is going to be question marker. Funny enough, this is ma, horse, which is third tone. This is going to be 明年, which is next year. jiao, which is to call. It's just being able to recall that stuff. I don't know. It's just really, really awesome. And then to be able to continue to move it forward. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with Anki. I think, like I said, if it's a program that works for you, continue to do what you need to do and make that work. Just seeing a representation of what I've accomplished is really, really rewarding to me. Now, am I going to continue to do this forever? I don't know. I'm not sure how long I'll stick with this. Right now, it's working, and that's the main thing. I think once I get a little bit further up, maybe not, but as of right now, it's helping vocab stick. One of the big things that I've noticed, and especially over Anki, because Anki, if you fell the card and it's back in your inventory, whatever it is, you know, you do it. But for some reason, this, like, I'll go through all my cards. Anything that I fell, I put at the front. I don't immediately redo it that day as a 1, like in my first, with my new cards. I'll wait and I'll put it at the front, like in front of the 1, and then once I finished all my reviews, I'll then put it in 1 to review tomorrow. And seeing my cards there, knowing that I have to do that and get better, I don't know, there's just something about seeing it in person helps my memory. What is my cat doing? It helps my brain be able to say, okay, I need to remember that. And again, it's another part of like just this physical thing of being able to check it off and say, okay, I actually got it. I actually did really, really well, and I moved it forward. So I'm really, really enjoying this system. I'm really enjoying the handwritten cards. I do think that there's stuff, and you can probably look this up. I'm not going to get into it because I'm not a scientist or anything, but at least to me, and I'm sure there's something online that you can see, but to me, writing it, there is a connection between hand to the brain, making that connection. Because when I fell that card, for example, any card that I fell and I moved to the front, when I write it another couple of times, it helps it stick in my brain versus just on Anki being like, skip, pass, fell, whatever it is. Like just seeing it over and over. It's just the repetition of the writing is going well. So I've added another full page into my into my notebook of writing, which is great. I actually wrote, let me see if I can find it. I wrote a sentence today. Granted, it was only 3 words. It wouldn't be on this. It would be on this. 我想运动. I want to exercise. 我想 third tone. 云, which is going to be 4th tone, and then dong 4th tone. 运动. Anyway, I found that interesting. But being able to do that, and that's of course from memory, and being able to do that is all part of this program. Now, writing isn't for everybody, and I understand that, and I understand that some people don't like it, and there's a lot of debate, especially within immersion communities and stuff like, you don't need to write, that's stupid, because this guy says so, and that's what I'm going with. But listen, dude, if you enjoy doing it, do it. This is a hobby, man. People take it way too serious. If it's something you like doing, do it. I enjoy writing. I like writing these characters. I'm going to do it. And honestly, I'm advancing faster now than when I was not writing. So I don't know if this would equate to, you know, languages that use your same alphabet. Like, I don't know if doing that in Spanish would necessarily help, but I mean, maybe it would. But I think anything with a different alphabet is great. Getting that character in your brain, because if you can recall it, you know it. It's in your passive. If it's in your passive, it's in your, I don't know. It's just a thing. So I like to ramble. I think that's what this video ended up being. But that's my thoughts so far in a month of flashcards. I enjoy it. I love doing physical flashcards. It's just something different, something to keep the language learning spicy, that's what we'll say, keeping it spicy, so to speak, keeping it new, refreshing, interesting, and it's helping a lot. I encourage anybody, if you're struggling in language learning right now, maybe Anki's just not doing it, try doing a couple of handwritten cards. You don't have to use the exact same system that I do. If you don't really have any interest on being able to recall them from memory, then just do the cards like this and just recognize them. Just try something different to see if it kind of sparks anything with language learning. So I know it's helped me. You know, I spend at least an hour a day but more than an hour a day in language learning every single day. And it's just getting more because as I've learned more, instead of this huge concentrated effort on immersion where I'm just immersing and like just kind of like brute force spearheading myself into stuff, I'm spending a lot of time learning and then complementing it with immersion. And as I learn more, I can spend more time immersing because I've learned stuff. It's a cool cycle that I have going on here. So, but anyway, I encourage you to check it out if it's something you're interested in. Like I said, if it's not, don't do it. That's the magic and beauty of language learning. You can do what makes you happy. And I will always be a firm believer in a method that's not as good will get you further if you can stick with it than the best method out there that you hate. If it's something you like doing, do it. Do I think Duolingo is going to take you to fluency? I don't know. Probably not. It's a great supplement sometimes, but if it's something you love, do it. So that's where we're at. I love my flashcards. I love my paper flashcards. I think they're great, and it's a great break from Anki. One of the downfalls, of course, is I cannot... With Anki, it's always there. This is like when I went to St. Louis or when I went to Missouri, I was in 3 different cities and 3 different nights, but I didn't take this with me. It's just this is a little bit of a hassle to travel with, so you do have to kind of weigh out that. So it is what it is. But I'd say, you know, whatever. I spent a day, I basically just paused my Lightner thing, and then I just picked up that following day. I haven't noticed any kind of ill or irreversible side effects or anything from it. Everything still seems to be going smooth. So anyway, with that being said, before I make this video 30 minutes long, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If there's anything that you'd like to see me talk about, let me know in the comments below. And other than that, I will see you in the next video.